What's up, guys? Jeff from Texas Moto Works, and I'm trying to be a better YouTuber and shoot videos and pictures when I start on these bikes. I got the pictures part out of the way, but I forgot to shoot a pre-video when I got this bike. So, 86 Suzuki Cavalcade. If you know these bikes, they were only made for 3 years. 3 or 4. 86, 87, 88, and I think 89 in other parts of the country and of the world, not in the States. I think 88 was the last year. But this was Suzuki's answer to the Honda Goldwing. And Suzuki basically said, oh yeah, well, let us show you what we can do. So they threw everything at this bike. It's got air adjustable seats, air adjustable backrest. It was the fastest in its class. It was 112 horsepower. It's a 1400cc V4. Neat motor. It's got a drop-in, which I'm having to fix, but a drop-in AM/FM cassette deck, cruise control, little heater vents, things like that. But you can see, and with the bodywork on it and everything, it looked really nice. But when you strip them down, when you take off their clothes, just like all of us, there's little surprises, right? So you can see this is just, I don't know what the math is. I'm too tired to count it up, but this is many years of just not seeing the light of day. Jeff was here. I'll write that later. Anyway, so what am I doing? Well, I got the carbs out of it. That was tough. Mainly because I've never done one of these, but I was considering checking the valves, but I have no idea how you would possibly check the valves on these. First of all, that's the fuel tank above the valve cover. The valve cover is right on the frame rail. I don't even know what kind of spells you have to cast to get that thing, the front one, out. So let's just hope the valves are okay. I'm going to do the carbs. I'm going to clean all this nastiness up. I got to figure out the radio. I've already changed, or am changing, all of the fluids. Shaft drive. There's a shaft drive, final drive, a shaft drive, secondary drive. Of course, the oil. I'm going to put new plugs in it. Speaking of which, that's not too bad. Hope the clutch is okay, but wouldn't really be a big deal if it was. And most importantly, tires. These old dogs, I think they're like 20 years old, so I've got tires coming for it. Some other neat things this bike has. That's the stuff for the air seat. And then it's got a self-leveling suspension. And then the passenger back here can change I don't like that song. They can change the radio and turn the volume up. Stuff like that. But before I took it apart, I sat on it. Super comfortable. And I've got to go through the brakes. When I got it from the auction, it had the brakes hanging because they were locked up. Some great engineering. They just unbolted them and tied them out of the way. So the brakes were dangling. So I got to do brakes on it. But other than that, 22,000 miles, really clean bike. It'll be neat when it's done. I can see in my mind what it'll look like when it's done. It's going to be really beautiful, but you'd think I'm nuts saying that at this moment. But have faith in me, people. Have faith. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Take care.